I am having some writer's block issues, so I thought I would kind of procrastinate some more by making a recording. And also I realized that it's been a few days since I said anything to a camera. I am currently working on a translation project. I did the translation and everything, and I'm pretty happy with it, but I need to write an introduction about it, kind of like explaining my process, and I'm finding it harder to write this than it should be, just because I'm having like very odd writer's block. And also, this thing is due in about 8 hours, and I usually am better about doing my assignments before they're due, but for some reason I just kept putting this one off, and so I'm kind of like forcing myself, like sentence by sentence, to get through this, and it's a bit of a struggle. That, I don't know, could you call this senioritis? If I'm over halfway done with my master's and I have less than a year left, and I just don't want to do the work anymore, is this senioritis? Possibly. But in any case, I normally don't drink when I'm at home alone, or I just don't drink that much in general, but especially not when I'm home alone. I just tend to drink water in my apartment, but tonight kind of called for red wine. It's kind of my my way to bribe myself, like get through this and, you know, maybe break through a couple of your hang-ups by, obviously I'm not going to get drunk. Stupid, but just kind of like, I don't know, take the weight off a little bit, possibly. So that's what I'm working on right now. And then I have like 3 more big projects due over the next 2 weeks, and I already have them at least started. Like I have a 15 to 20 page paper due in 2 weeks, and it's already, I have the outline for it, a really, really detailed outline, so I pretty much just have to go through and flesh out the transitions, making sure that it all kind of flows together. That shouldn't take me too long, but, you know, I still don't want to do it. I have a translation, a big, like a 10-page translation due with another introduction on Sunday, and that's been already drafted, and I already have like a rough draft of the outline, or the introduction as well, but I just have to polish that. And for me, polishing translations takes more time than drafting them, just because I kind of have to critique my choices and wonder, like, is there a better way to say this? It's really easy to get really cerebral and like in your head. It's really hard to like shut off the what if this isn't quite right instinct. But I'll do it. I always do it. And then another translation portfolio due next week. So, finals. What else do you expect? It is December in France, in other news. Well, I mean, it's December everywhere, but in France it is still just a little above freezing. It's like 2 degrees, I think, right now, Celsius, which is about 35, and I have not turned on my heat yet, mostly because my heat is electric in the apartment. See this beast? So turning it on means I would have to, well, I mean, obviously heat costs money, but I don't really want to spend any more money than I'm spending right now. So I have been doubling up on sweatpants and sweatshirts. I'm wearing a sweater and then a cardigan and then another sweater and then a shirt underneath it, because I am from hearty Minnesotan stock, and I know how to layer, and if I don't know how to use my skills to save me some money, then what am I doing with my life? And I mean, as long as I'm layering, and usually when I'm not working at my really cool desk, hey, I'm snuggled up in my bed, which again is not made, and I don't apologize, and then I have like more blankets to hide underneath, and I've been keeping pretty warm, actually, so I'll probably turn the heat on pretty soon, but if I can make it last a little bit longer, that's what I'm going to do. I don't think I really have any other updates. I do. Last week was Thanksgiving in the U.S., and it was kind of hard not being with my family. I wrote a blog post about it, but what really got me through that few days was the day after Thanksgiving in the U.S. A bunch of my friends in France or in Paris came over to my apartment, and we had like a Friendsgiving, and I made a pecan pie, which was really good. It turned out to be really good. I had a little bit of concern with some of the ingredients. I had to do some equivalencies because they don't sell corn syrup in France or really in Europe. Europe. So I had to have a friend bring golden syrup from the UK to France so that I could use it. And it turned out to work really well. I also didn't have any brown sugar, so I had to use, I decided to use caramel au beurre salé sauce or topping, kind of to get that caramelized taste in there, and that turned out pretty well. And I think not too many people had had pecan pie before that, but I want to make sure this is still recording. Yeah, not too many people had had pecan pie before that night, so, and I think they were all really happy, or if they weren't happy with it, they were really good at pretending to be happy with it, but I got pretty good response. And then my friend Ingrid made roast chicken legs, or drumsticks, and some roasted veg. Friend John made Bubble and Squeak, which is apparently like garlic mashed potatoes and cream with like cabbage mixed into it. It was really good. It was like pretty simple, but still really good. And he used red cabbage, which kind of dyed everything purple, so we were eating like purple potatoes, which was funny. Niall brought stuffing and bread sauce. And I never heard of bread sauce before, but it's kind of like gloopy bread flavored sauce. I can't really explain it, but it went surprisingly well with the stuffing, so there you go. And Addie brought like bread and like after dinner chocolates and chairs and a table, because I only have 4 chairs and a stool and a table that seats max 6, and I had 8 people over, so we had to expand a little bit. Or no, I had 7 people over, 8 including myself. I can count. Who else? Sarah and Lauren brought aperitif stuff, things to nibble on while we were like heating everything through. And a lot of people brought wine, so there was, you know, a good jovial sense, and it was probably like one of the best nights that I've had since being in France, if not the best. Just, you know, the conviviality and the just joy of hanging out and eating all of this, and being able to introduce something that I'm familiar with to people who've never experienced it, and them enjoying it as well, I think. It was a really like special moment for me, and we did that thing of like everybody going around the table and saying what they're thankful for, and I got a little bit emotional with mine, just saying like it's really nice to have like a family away from home kind of thing. So I'm grateful for my family away from, for my home away from home. And surprisingly there weren't that many dishes to do, so good news all around. Okay, I really should get back to this paper. I don't want to. I really don't want to. Well, I can probably waste a few more minutes watching this video back, just to make sure that it's not bad. So, I'll get it done, Mom. Okay?